Hello buddy, Princess and the Bear here, and today we are at Animal Kingdom Lost for something a bit special.
I've been wanting to do this for a while, but unfortunately you can only come on a Wednesday and you have to make a reservation that you prepay for. But it's not expensive.
So today we're doing wine tasting at the lounge at Jiko.
It's only $25 per person. It's Cape Town Lounge, I think is what it's called.
Yes.
We have a video of our last time here, and I'll put that in the description box down below.
So let's go taste some tasty wines. I'll probably cheat and get some cheese, and then we did warn them that the princess was vegan,
yeah.
So we'll see what they have for her.
I did email the special dietary email address so that they knew he was allergic to mango and I'm vegan.
Oh, so we're gonna go try it out, and we'll see you soon.
Should subscribe.
You heard the girl.
You can handle us. I definitely know.
We're gonna keep close tabs on her though.
Oh yeah, in that case, you guys sit to my right today, okay? 3 right seats, I'll keep my eyes on everybody. Perfect. Well, anybody else has been on Jiko before today by chance?
Yes.
I know some of us has been, you've been, you guys, oh, so you guys know Jiko, that's awesome, you're doing good. Perfect. Welcome. South African wine, us having the biggest collection outside of South Africa itself. We're having over 120 different bottles of wine that anybody can enjoy from. One of my favorite things of being at this place is having so much wine that I can taste off, you know. It's great. I really love wine.
Awesome wine.
Wine because of its history and how unique it is. And just, I mean, every wine region is outstanding. I think the place fill up all the way up to the end from the front and back. The distro, you have your allergies and a vegan, so I'll do this tool right here. So you and gentlemen right here. And then before we start with the tasting today, if you guys don't mind, I would really like to talk a little bit of South African wine and how it got to be where it is today, and really having it from a lot of history to now just having it right in front of us today. So it's good. Hi, smile, make your face. Perfect. Well, South African wine, you can trace it all the way back to around the mid 1600s when the Dutch East Indian Company established a port station on what we now know as Cape Town down in South Africa. So him in conjunction with Mr. Jan van Riebeck bought off about 900 acres, actually hectares, sorry, of land so they can start planting wine. Why? One of the reasons is because they wanted to avoid scurvy between the Dutch sailors, because imagine being at the sea for a couple of months at a time, having the same type of food, and being with other sailors that haven't taken a shower in about 6 months, 9 months. So it's something that they needed to kind of like ease down a little bit. So wine started to be a big thing when it comes to South Africa and the Dutch East Indian Company. So aside from spice trades, they're starting now doing also wine imports around the world, showing off the ones that they were planting, and of course creating what now it's considered and is known for the oldest wine region, which is Constancia, and having the oldest winery being Group Constancia, where pretty much wine started. After that, a gentleman called Simon Van der Steel, about 7 to 10 years after that, bought off 1,900 acres of wine and establishing the second oldest wine region of South Africa, which is Stellenbosch. Stellenbosch, it is an amazing region, pretty well known for great Chardonnays and amazing red wines, red blends. An example, Tokara Director's Reserve, which is known for being an amazing Bordeaux style blend of Cabernet, Sauvignon, Malbec, Merlot, Petit Verdon, and Cabernet Franc, which is my favorite one in the house. And I just have to say it, any red wine lovers that are going to have dinner here tonight, my friend, if you guys are going to have dinner or sit down at the bar, order a glass of the Tokara Director's Reserve. So after that all being established, South Africa fell under British domain a couple years after, so they pretty much were ruling the whole area of South Africa. And throughout the years, they started to import wine directly to the British Empire in England, making a total of over 7 million barrels of wine being distributed on a yearly basis. So just the wine was so amazing. The area of South Africa, the topography, the coastal regions, the high mountains, the soil, the terroir of South Africa is pretty unique for being able to have multiple different varietals. One sad thing on history, a nice sad blip that really destroyed wine, mostly in South Africa and also throughout the world, was a little thing called phylloxera. That is an insect that I just started to hate as soon as I kept writing more about it on and on, because it's fed mostly on grapevines. So when American sommelier was going to voyages around the whole world, making experiments and just tasting different varietals, or maybe this will plant here better because of the terroir and the climate all over the world, without him knowing, he carried it on his boots. And by that time we have steamboats, so the time lapse for the voyages was shorter. So actually that insect was able to survive the trip. So after each going to Italy, France, all over Europe, South Africa and United States, they had to burn mostly all the crabs. Over 70% have to be ripped out and burnt, because that is the only way to get rid of phylloxera. So I hate it. Good thing it's now controlled, so it's like good thing, you know. So after that, in South Africa, anybody knows Pinotage? So Pinotage, it is an amazing varietal, and it's pretty young. Actually, around, it started, the first class or first battle of Pinotage came out around mid 1950s. A gentleman called Abraham Perot. He's a professor at Stellenbosch University. He was an amazing viticulturist. He knew a lot of things about wine. He wanted to create a varietal that will really be, will make South Africa known for this type of varietal, which is Pinotage. So he crossbred, made a hybrid of Pinot Noir and Cinsault. That came about Pinotage, which is amazing. We're actually going to be trying a Pinotage today, which is the red to our right. So it was thanks to actually one of its students that caught the vine, the grape varietal, down in the university. After he had left, he saw that there were employees were carving out, cleaning off the vineyards, making sure that everything was nice and ripe, so we can have more planting, more different varietals, more experiments. So when they saw they were about to destroy the whole crops of Pinotage, and then when he saw that it was actually harvest that he actually came about, he grabbed it, stopped everything that he was doing, dropped his bike, went running, grabbed the grapevines, and then brought him to Abraham Perot with a new job at the KWB, which is what establishes the price points, the quality of the wine down in South Africa. Throughout time, this association really became one of the most, when it comes to the markers, all the rules and the quality procedures that is to be with the wine. So thanks to this company and throughout time, it helped all the winemakers in South Africa to be from having only a 30% of all the grapevines produced for good quality wine in just only a couple of about 10 years mostly. It turned around the numbers, actually having all the winemakers in a way competing and actually believing when it comes to the quality of the wine, actually only making 70% now towards good, great quality wine, and 30% more for like port wine, brandies, for other stuff, even grape juice. So when Aperitif got released in South Africa in 1994, South Africa blew up on the wine. Now everybody knew about South African wine. It was able to endure more new techniques when it comes to the wine. Then when people started to see how Pinotage was, how amazing Pinotage was created down in South Africa, it literally rose up in a matter, I think 2003 was top rated one of the best wine varietals in the whole world. You guys will know today when you try it, trust me, you'll like it. So that's how Pinotage came about, and it's amazing Pinotage you can have from a light fruity one all the way to a nice medium to full body, which is the ones we had to our rights about medium fully, a little bit of milk chocolate, but we'll go to that when we're in the wine tasting. So that's a little bit of the South African wine history, how it came about, a little bit has its traditional history, how just amazing South African wine is. And now, for the wine tasting, we're about to start. I'm gonna give you a little bit of cues here and there, like how to do it the fancy way or how to do it like what a sommelier will do and all such. At the end of the day, all that matters is that you drink the wine, pair it. I think everybody on this table will agree with me. The best pairing with wine, anybody can guess? What's it?
More wine?
Cheese? Thank you.
More wine, yes.
Best pairing for me wine is just more wine. Outstanding. So to start, if you guys want to do like, it's kind of like the peace and love sign, I would like to say it's not true, it's just me as a fact, a hypothesis. The reason that it came about is just so you can serve wine, because when you drink wine you just have peace and love all around you, you start laughing and everything, you know, so it's just pretty much how it is. But if you want to do it the proper way, you grab two index fingers, middle finger, grab it at the base of the glass, give it a little swirl so it has some airness to it, so it releases all the smells of the components at it. Then you grab it, then you're gonna put the lower part of the glass just below your nose and your lip, and the upper part of the glass where your usually will glasses be. And then you put it there, you smell. If you wanna capture more of that smell after you swirl, you put your hand on top of it and you throw it real quick. Smell, and then you taste. Now, I'm gonna need you to lower the camera. I know you like filming and stuff, but let's go to the wine. So, after we so, I have a couple of rules before we start. So also, please don't finish the first glass of wine with the first cheese. I would like for everybody to be interactive with me. Any questions you have on the wine, I'll be asking about what you guys will like pair them with and all that such. So be interactive. There's no right or wrong questions. I love myself sometimes a night filet mignon with a pretty full oaky Chardonnay, sometimes a nice light Pinot Noir with like a coriander seared tuna type of thing. So there's no right or wrong questions. Everybody's palate is different, so let's just enjoy all the good stuff that we have today. All right, so all the wines that we have right in front of us are actually gonna be right behind me. So later on, if you guys want to take any pictures and all that, they're over there, and I'll be explaining a little bit of each wine. So the first one that we have, it is a Chenin Blanc. Chenin Blanc actually composes about 40% or more of the vineyard selections in South Africa. Sorry, my apologies. So Chenin Blanc, it's pretty close to what we know in the United States like a Pinot Grigio. It can be made out of bubbly, make sparkling wine out of it, nice, light and fruity, a little acidity, all the way to even something that is oaky, buttery, nice with a little notes and on there. So it's great way of nice varietal that can actually has a broad perspective of the wine ways that it can be made. So on to the first one. On the cheese, left to right, we're gonna have what is called water crackers. Only just a little bit of flour, salt and water, making it's pretty simple. We're gonna have the Buster Chef, which is nice smooth cream goat cheese with a strawberry quick jam. In the center is gonna be a humble fudge. So you can see it's gonna has on the outside a little bit like cheddar hard cheese, and in the center it's gonna have more like, you can see like a creamy texture because it's a double goat cheese. On the outside is hard cheese, and the center like creamy. And then you can see all the edge, it has like a little like black corner edge, and in the center that's vegetable ash. So we mix it with the cheese, and then gives it a nice little funky full flavor. So I would say from the three, it's like the most funky, most sharp flavoring one, but you'll see how all of them really mixing with the different wines. It has a nice pumpkin seed granola in there, a little bit sweet, a little spicy. And to the right and last is gonna be a lamb chopper, which is a hard goat cheese, kind of like a cheddar goat cheese with honey and honeycomb mixed in there. In mix right in front of you, we have the strawberry quick jam sauce, olive mix. We are gonna have hummus with a sun-dried tomato and olive chermoula with the water crackers. And then we have pickled jalapeno and pickled okra with a South African trail mix in there, and a little bit of dried apricot. All right, outstanding. So, aside from that, I know everybody's anxious for 1 o'clock. So please let's grab the first one, which is Chenin Blanc, like I mentioned. It's gonna be Graham Beck's Chenin Blanc. Gentleman Graham Beck, we owe him a lot, at least here in Disney and down in Kenya, because this gentleman created this varietal and brand of wine, the Chenin Blanc and the Grahamsberg Game Reserve Cabernet Sauvignon, where all the proceeds, aside from the all the profit proceeds for animal conservation programs down in Kenya, where all the poaching is going around, where animals are actually being malnourished, and they use the profits to protect them and really take care to make sure they don't go extinct. So you smell it a little bit, nice, light, little fruity. What do you guys smell? You can see a little bit of citrusy notes in there, pretty nice and light. You can feel the acidity to it. What do you smell in here? Pretty good. Very nice.
I don't know. Well, I'll drink this.
Who like this wine? Like it, pretty nice, it's smooth, you know, like I said, this is a nice, light, smooth one, pretty good, amazing. Now, if you guys grab the first cheese, a little piece of it, and mix it with the wine afterwards, see how it changes, see how you guys feel about it, if you have favorites, if you don't like it. I wish I could have cheese right now. Pretty nice and smooth, right? Amazing. Maybe a little bit sweetness because of the strawberry jam sauce. Pretty great, right? Everybody likes this combination. Anybody doesn't like this combination? Usually everybody likes it because I mean it's a nice, smooth cream cheese with a nice light Chenin Blanc, so it will go pretty well. Whenever you guys, okay, so if you want to try that, and then with the olive. And then little by little, be trying it with a little bit of the hummus, grab a cracker, a little bit of the pickle in the mix. So you got this.
That's really good.
The salt cuts the fruit.
Yeah. So the great thing about Jiko is all the spices, the herbs, the mixtures, and ways of cooking, procedures of cooking that really establish a lot of South African and Middle East traditional ways of cooking and spices that really bring a nice spin to what it is Jiko as a restaurant. So now guys, if you want to go over to the second cheese now, the humble fog, which has the vegetable ash, you'll see how more than likely this cheese is gonna take over that wine, probably more than likely gonna overpower the wine on this one, but still it's gonna bring out a little smoothness, and more than likely the acidity on the mouthfeel is gonna be even more sharp than with the first cheese. Isn't it great though? Everybody likes it, this cheese with that wine. Anybody doesn't like this wine with the cheese? Oh my god.
I don't think it's the cheese. I think it's the spices that are on the granola.
Yes, I guess it also overpowers it a little bit.
Well, and it almost makes it enhances it a little bit.
Yeah.
Of course, it would do the same with the red too. So.
No, yeah, it will vary a lot, but still, I mean, it's great, honestly. Like, I really like the mixtures of everything, so it's pretty amazing.
This converted me to white wine.
Yeah? Wow. Just wait. You said you had Pinotage before.
Oh yeah.
I didn't. It converted you to wine, actually? That's the first.
Oh no, to white wine.
To white wine?
I used to never drink white wine until I had
Wow.
South African.
Win-win.
Yep.
Win-win. So now, guys, I see everybody really likes both cheese with the first wine. Now on to the lab with the lamb chopper, the hard cheddar white goat cheese. Give it a try. Also with the honey. Actually, this honey, it's pretty amazing. I really like also the honeycomb. A little quick fact about South African honey in general. The bees that actually live in South Africa, they have a really short lifespan from 6 to 8 weeks. And they only produce a quarter of a teaspoon of honey. So they're really well taken care of. They're close to being sacred down in South Africa. So it's pretty good. Everybody likes this cheese with the wine.
Yes.
Nice mixture, pretty great, goes pretty well.
Really rich.
Yeah, definitely. It helps out the nice hard cheese, the lamb chopper with the wine really creates that richness to it. So it's amazing.
It does.
Anybody doesn't like this cheese with the wine? Yes.
I just want
That is delicious.
Pardon me? You want a jar of honey?
That's some of the best stuff. That is awesome.
Oh wait, no, I'm not too jalapeno. Am I?
The elephant's and it's not super sweet, that's the thing. It is rich, it has a nice honey flavor, but it's not like just honey and sugar. So that's a great thing about it too. Alright guys, so with this Chenin Blanc, you guys can now finish it if you want, you don't have to. What will you guys pair this with? Give me some idea. I'll start with you. What will you pair the Chenin Blanc with, my love?
Pardon me?
What will you pair the Chenin Blanc with? Like as a meal, as a cheese, like more other than this, like at home. If you had a bottle of Chenin Blanc, what will you cook with? Or like if you want some cheese or any mixes?
How about hot dogs?
Hot dogs? Hey, you can add a little bit of honey mustard. You can grill the hot dog.
Hey,
Hey, it is what it is.
with chicken. I would have it with chicken.
I
Yeah.
have to confess, that's my mother-in-law. She lives alone. Her idea of a cooked meal is a pork chop in the microwave.
Hey, I'm at the defend.
Thank you.
She is awesome.
I'm gonna defend her right now.
Thank you very much,
I used to have the biggest munch cravings that could ever be of the homemade cooked meals where you just stick in the oven, put the holes with your own fork and then cook it. I will eat that 24/7 in my college days. That's and Jimmy Bean sausage biscuit thing with croissants and cheese. So it's all good. So you will do it with hot dogs. Maybe add a little honey mustard or some like sweet relish to it, and bring out the little sweetness to it, and pair well with the Chenin Blanc.
It's really not.
Anybody else have any other? Over here, Miss You. I know we have vegan options. What will you, on your knowledge and liking being vegan, what would you pair this with?
Well, the olives are really good. I would pair it with the olives. Just have wine and olives.
Yeah, wine and olives. It is pretty good. Some Kalamata olives are a little bit more stronger, or Greek olives with a nice. I was gonna say feta cheese. So I imagine also a little bit. So like we have on our menu Gujarati style chicken with a nice potato salad with a nice sumus onion sauce that we add to the potato salad, and it's oven roasted all whitely. Imagine having a halibut, Alaskan halibut, and have a sweet corn puree on the bottom. Adding a little bit of, and saute a little bit of green beans, red onions, salt, pepper, oregano, and enjoy. Sounds good?
Yeah.
All right, how about something as simple, everybody knows, codfish. Maybe fry it or make it in the oven with a nice panko breading, in-house tartar sauce, or make like a lemon vinaigrette that is not super citrusy, and then enjoy. You know, a little mashed potatoes if you want. Make it, you know, home cooked meals are the best. You make whatever you want and then you'll pair it to yourself. Okay, so that's one with the Chenin Blanc. Now we have DMC Chardonnay right here in the center. Give it a swirl. Give it a smell. Give it a taste. Wow. Pretty nice, pretty smooth. A little bit of acidity on the tongue, but goes down pretty smooth at the end. Nothing really super oaky and sharp. That's a great thing what I like about this wine in general, because it amplifies more other than oaky and buttery. You feel a little bit of acidity, a little bit of apples, a little bit of good stuff. Nice little bit of vanilla notes into it, if anybody can smell like that little taste at the end. So it's great.
Is this in a drum and not in a barrel then? Is that why? Okay.
Yeah. So now guys, if you want to go on ahead, try it with the first cheese. Give me your thoughts. I just like how we can be doing anything else here at Disney. Going to the parks, being at the pool, not today, but usually being at the pool, taking the kids around, or just being by ourselves.
because like the strawberries are spicy, so with the wine it kind of like balances
We find
it.
ourselves all here from 3 to 4 o'clock drinking wine. That is just amazing, honestly. I need to have more friends just like you guys. That's hands down a fact. I mean, at the end of the day, I used to have roommates, my best friends for 13 years, where I go home, on our way home, stop by Publix, buy a bottle of wine, and try something else, and just enjoy the nice evening. So, how you guys like it with the first cheese? Who's the chef? Pretty good?
Yeah.
What you guys liked about the most? Like, you feel the richness to it, you guys really like it a lot. Do you prefer this wine with the first cheese better than the first wine, the Chenin Blanc? Yeah? Right, so no, you prefer the Chenin Blanc with the first cheese? Alright, first one with the Chenin Blanc with... so you see now how everything starts to spin now, you guys, no, I like it better with the first one, no, I like it with the second one, you are wrong. No, everybody's different, everybody has their palate, but it's great how the spirits of the food and the wine really makes a difference on everything, so that's why I really like what I'm doing. I get free wine every day too, you know, so it's good. And now go on to the second cheese. Humble Fog, nice, soaking 1 minute. I would say this one, try it with that pickled okra.
The okra?
Take it a bite, try it, see how it feels. Then I will say a little bit of the hummus mixing with the sun-dried tomato. Doesn't really mix this one much. Anybody agrees or anybody likes the cheese with the wine?
I like the granola better with this wine.
The granola better with that wine? Yeah, it's Chardonnay, so it has more body to it, so it bounces out better than the Chenin Blanc, the little spiciness of the seasoning of that granola. Pretty good, so. Who likes this cheese combination better than the first cheese? Nobody, right? So I'm guessing everybody liked the first combination with the cheese better with this wine than the other one? Yeah. Okay guys, now on to the third cheese.
Just like this cheese.
It's right around. If you like it more spicy at the bottom, like I said, you have the pickled jalapenos. You like spicy?
Yeah. It's really good with the okra though.
So I would say grab a piece of the cracker, have a little bit of strawberry quick jam, and a little bit of the
Jalapeno?
a piece of the jalapeno. Yeah.
Well, that sounds really good because this has some spice to
Because
it.
it's gonna balance out sweet, spicy, plus with the wine. I don't know. That's just an idea I have. And I'll try the wine. All right. So who likes this combination with the hard white cheddar goat cheese with the Chenin Blanc? Pretty good.
Still just the honey.
It's just the cheese,
Yeah.
the honey, or just
Yeah, you just like the cheese and the honey with anything, right? I like it. It's like man, that is just, it's so good. Bud Light, no, we're going with Pinotage. Come on, man. It is the most sold beer in the world. I have to give it to you. I actually took care of 2 gentlemen that were distributors of Bud Light, and their sons were parts of a what do you call that, fraternity in college, and it's so great how their dads teach their sons how to chug more beer because they will pour the Bud Light in the center of the glass, let all the carbonation go out, let all the head go off, and that will help you fit more beer and less of the burping. Sorry for the word, but it helped them out. So they won a couple of competitions of beer chugging in college.
Oh, wow.
I'm kidding. I was just joking. But yeah, so.
the knowledge we pass on to each other.
Yeah, I know. Hey, they may at least they're popular in college, you know. So, with this Chardonnay, what would you guys pair them with? What pairings would you like to have with this wine? One kind of food or an apple? What are you gonna have to serve? Scallops. Scallops. What else?
Jalapenos are so good.
Yes, salads.
A little bit of apples in there. A little bit of orange squid or lemon vinaigrette. Scallops and like chips and asparagus, so it has a little nice like sharpness left over the asparagus, like maybe something a little bit. That was DMC Chardonnay. Comes from Stellenbosch. Yeah. Which I mentioned earlier is the oldest, second oldest wine region for South Africa. Anybody like sweet wine by chance? Anybody like sweet wines? Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
All
so,
wines.
all right. So, you guys like sweet wines? No. I mean, if you usually like reds,
I
probably.
mean, I'll go port, but it's gotta be.
Yeah. So I was not gonna talk about port. I was actually gonna go as a wine called Klein Constance Vite Constance. It is from Constancia, which is, like I said, the oldest wine region of South Africa. It's the type of wine that Mr. Napoleon was drinking on his exile St. Helena Island, which is a nice, sweet, natural sweet wine. Only people like him and the Prime Minister of England used to drink it back in the day, so it was a wine that is more for like royalty or for higher end people, and barely few people were able to find this type of wine. So good thing about it, we serve it here at Jiko, so if you want to have a nice sweet wine at the end instead of having like a big dessert or something very sweet, I'll recommend that glass of wine and go to sleep. Okay. So now on to the third, Pinotage, Pinot Noir and Soul hybrids, like I mentioned, pretty young varietal. Give it a swirl, give it a smell, give it a taste. It's great, it's night light, activates the back end of your mouth. The acidity, the tannies on it is pretty amazing.
My old friend.
But also, like, it does carry a nice smoothness to it. I don't know if anybody can agree with me, but I do like how it's not just like a Sensol, which used to be known as Hermitage, which is a pretty heavy varietal. That's the great thing about the hybrid of the Pinot Noir. I guess the nice little fruitiness to it, the nice lightness to it. This one though is still a nice medium to full body wine, but imagine this with just great food. I'll give you the recommendations later. But now, start again with the first cheese. Now you can finish the cheese if you want. Eat it on 1 bite, 2 bites with the wine. I like it because the first time when I was actually giving this wine class, this is my second time, wine helped me out so much to ease the nerves, and shake it off. So that's a great thing about doing this, it really helps out more than just taste. How you guys like this wine with the first cheese? Pretty amazing. Makes this one, I will say grab a little bit of the sun-dried tomato.
Okay.
Just a little bit of the hummus, but I'll say more of the sun-dried tomato on top of the hummus with the olive.
Okay.
And let me know how you think.
Alright.
You guys
I mean, I already know I love this wine. I buy bottles of it at home all the time.
It's alright. A little bit too much, a little bit too little. Well, it's more the creaminess of the cheese. Probably the wine overpowers more of the cheese in this one, right? Alright. Anybody likes this combination a lot? Like, alright.
It's really good. Oh man.
Doesn't like
paired
it?
incredibly.
Yeah, right?
Oh.
Okay, now go to the second one with the vegetable ash, the funkiest one of all the cheeses. How you guys like this combination? Like
That was so good.
That was so good, right? I'll say also, I don't think the nuts made. I think the spicy on the nuts will be good. I say the nuts and the pickled okra also go pretty well with this. So it's not really spicy, but you have the pickling and the nuts. Also, it'll be a good combination too.
I'm trying that.
Anybody likes this combination a lot, feels that it's a great blend, right? So you see how a cheese like this, like again, that is funky and pretty strong and sharp, pieces out and balances with the Pinotage. The Pinotage, like I said, has those two varietals. That's a raw where this comes from. It is just amazing. Has a lot of
First combo was better. Still good though.
soil where it is, so it really gets that mineral earth taste.
I really do love Painted Wolf though.
Pretty great.
It's like my favorite.
Now on to the last cheese, and you guys can finish it all now with the honey or without. And you like it, you want to grab a little bit more honey. No, it's true. They sadly they missed it, so. And then let me know how it tastes for you. I see a lot of happy faces saying that they like this cheese and the wine with the honey. Everything good over here? You guys like it?
I mean,
Yeah. I mean, you like bread, so you're good. It's fine. So, you said you were here before, right?
we were here Monday.
Monday?
September, May.
So did you try that Socaro the restaurants you serve like a license?
No, so are you talking about the blend?
Yeah, more
I think you guys were out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably true because we ran out of it a lot because people really like it.
So I tried the goose on it.
Oh, the goose expression or the goose Cabernet?
I think it was the blend.
The blend, Cabernet Shiraz blend. You guys got a bottle for it of it?
I've got a picture of it.
So everybody likes this combination of the cheese and the honey with the wine. Pretty good.
It's called the goose.
Yeah, that's the one. That I have a bottle. That's 2009, right?
Yes, yep, it is. Yep.
So I have a bottle of that at home, and I'm just waiting for the perfect moment to open that bottle.
Good. Very good.
If you were going out, or ideas on which would you like to have as dinner meal with this Pinotage? Steak. Have it with a little bit of spare ribs, adding nice heavy barbecue to it, or make like a red wine glaze on top of that steak or the ribs. Have it with a beach mushroom bottom or like a mixture of mushrooms to give it a nice little musky, earthy flavor on it. And then on the side, maybe have like sauteed grilled vegetables or like sweet corn. Very underrated, or people don't really know about it, again because it's pretty new to the world, honestly. So imagine from 1994 up until right now, it's been 25 years that pretty much the market for South African wine has been open, versus France, Italy, Spain, US itself. That has been winemaking for hundreds of years, which South African too. So that's the thing, even though apartheid was going on in South Africa, the wine business industry was still pretty high end. It was still people not battling, but like competing who's making the best wine or the best quality wine throughout South Africa. So it's more like a very immersed culture with the people from South Africa. So it's like they're very passionate about it. They're really like on forth on spending how much money they need to spend for actually providing an amazing quality wine for everyone. It's like a culture of being a family in their own vineyards and wine growers, everybody working together. We have a vineyard that we bring out the wine from is Fair Valley Pinotage as well. They have two hands crossing each other as part of their label. It's because they all the profits go for students that are learning about wine and viticulturism, and spending more of helping these people grow into the wine prospect, or just help them go to school. So they work and then they get pretty much like tuitions for it. So it's a great thing about South African wine as well. Like they're very well known for. So I always encourage everybody to try South African wine at least once or twice. Yes. So most of our wine, more than likely, I won't say I'll be lying if I tell you specifically which ones, because myself I don't really know most of them that are just here for Jiko. But I can tell you for a fact at least a minimum of 25-30% of all the wines are just being sent here to Jiko. Again, like we have the biggest collection of South African wine outside of South Africa and the whole world.
Hello everybody, Princess and the Bear. So we just finished at
The wine tasting.
the wine tasting in Jiko.
Jiko.
We're here at Jiko.
Are you ready for this?
So, thoughts?
I loved it. I thought it was great. Obviously, they accommodate vegans. The pairings were awesome. I
Right.
love the wines. I had the red before many times, but the whites I hadn't, and I got new recommendations of wines to try, so I'm excited.
Yeah, it was a lot more personable than the wine tasting we did at Food and Wine.
So it was really good. It did taste very smoky, and I love the carrots a lot. I love the Pinot a lot too. Was it worth the $30? I'm gonna say yes.
A lot more hands-on. Got to ask a lot
Much
more
better.
questions. Yeah,
Much better.
I like this set up a whole lot better.
Yeah.
It's definitely informative. We didn't really
Yes.
know what to expect when we came in,
We
but
didn't.
definitely give yourself about an hour, hour and a half.
Yeah.
Because it's not rushed, but at the same time, like, you're gonna learn a lot. So, I mean, I would say if you're here in the area
On a Wednesday.
on Wednesday, give it a shot. It's a nice change of pace from like the parks and resorts and everything else.
They don't take any discounts, but it's still worth it.
Yeah, those are what, 20?
$25 a person.
Yeah, easily
Plus
worth
tip.
it. Easily worth it. But if you guys been to a wine tasting here at Disney, or there's any others you think we should do at Disney or in the area, let us know in the comments. Hit the notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and we will see you soon.
Sure, subscribe.
You heard the girl.
So now is the time, guys. We're gonna take their pictures, show off to the world. I'm here at Jiko. I have an amazing cheese board, 3 different wines to enjoy today. You're more than welcome. Instagram it, Facebook it, Snapchat it. You can tag myself if you want. It's like, oh my God, this guy really likes wine. So pretty good. We have the biggest collection of South African wine outside of South Africa in the whole world. We have a bottle. It's called. But it's a pretty rare bottle. It costs here in the restaurant $900. There's only 6 in the United States.